So, Classic Plus may be coming a lot sooner than we have thought. I am sure you have seen numerous videos and news about how data miners just found the files, and those files indicate that Classic Plus is not coming the next year. It is coming this year, Q3 2026. That is less than 6 months away. And I am concerned. I am very concerned that if Blizzard sticks with the same PvP formula they've been using since 2007, the arenas, the battlegrounds, the mandatory PvP gear grinds, that they're going to miss out on the biggest opportunity to fix what's actually broken about World of Warcraft PvP. What's been broken about World of Warcraft PvP since forever. So today I'm breaking down exactly what I think is coming PvP-wise in Classic Plus, what I hope is coming, and what absolutely has to change for the Classic Plus PvP to be better than what we have now. Let's go! So welcome back, my friends, and as always, I hope this video finds you all well and in good spirit. So the data leak that happened is indicating that Blizzard is planning to release what's called Project Camelot, which is the internal code name for Classic Plus, sometime in Q3 2026. Now, that means announcement at BlizzCon in September, likely public testing in 2026, and a likely full release sometime in early 2027. But we kind of suspected that already, right? But here's what I'm really curious about. What is the PvP going to look like in Classic Plus? Because here is the thing. If Classic Plus just copies the exact same arena and battleground formula from Burning Crusade or from whatever other Classic expansion, with the same exact gear separation and ecosystem of add-ons that at times feel like cheating almost, then Blizzard is wasting an incredible opportunity to actually innovate and improve. Now, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I want to share my thoughts and my predictions, my concerns, and some of my ideas that I think would genuinely make Classic Plus PvP much better than anything WoW has offered since the original game. So let's break this down. So my prediction is Q3 2026 is actually a public test. Public test launch, not a full release. Here's why. Blizzard does need time to balance. Classic Plus is supposed to be genuinely new content, new zones, new raids, new progression. Mined files also show a possible new race and a possible new class being introduced. So they're not just copying Burning Crusade or Lich King, they're actually making a new game in a sense. They're not just calling it done based on those expansions and putting something together from several expansions, kind of like Titan Forge, right? No, that's not what it looks like. Now that means balance testing, integrations, and actual community feedback. I think we're looking at 3 to 6 months of testing window from Q3 2026 through either late 2026 or early 2027. Then a full release probably lands in Q1 or Q2 2027. I think, in my personal opinion, Classic Plus will not launch any later than spring of 2027. Now here's what I expect and pretty certain is coming in Classic Plus for PvP specifically. I am expecting arenas, I am expecting battlegrounds, and I'm expecting World PvP events. That's pretty safe play, right? But here's my hope, and this is where it gets interesting. I hope they'll experiment with something new. Maybe integrated PvP progression, maybe extraction style mechanics even, maybe something we haven't seen or thought of yet. Now I'm thinking WoW Plunderstorm, but as an extraction battleground, where more than one player can survive, or even Plunderstorm in the way it existed as a minigame, but integrated as a battleground or a PvP event. I'm thinking guild-built fortresses that are being raided by other PvP guilds and defended by the owning guilds or the guilds that own them. I'm also thinking and fearing that Blizzard may not be competent enough to develop these ideas. What I'm fearing is that too little gets changed. Let me make an example. So I played TBC Arenas in 2007, as well as I'm playing it now. But back then, there were no add-ons, or add-ons were so rare that most players didn't use them. I know I didn't use any PvP add-ons. I had to remember when did the enemy trinket it, how many seconds that rogue got on the blind cooldown. I had to manually look around and see where did that healer go that I lost sight of. Is it drinking? Now add-ons are mandatory, and some add-ons are pushing the thin line with cheating. Let me be direct. I truly hope add-ons are banned from arenas in Classic Plus. What are your thoughts and opinions? Am I alone on this? Now, and I don't care that it's controversial, but a player should not know that an enemy player sat down to drink behind the pillar, directly behind the player and out of their sight. And being able to remember and work around timers should be part of the equation of who is better PvP player. Don't you think so? Not who got more and better add-ons, macros, and interface and voiceovers. Yeah, voiceovers too. I was playing arenas with a buddy of mine, and he had a voiceover add-on that was telling him who is casting what, when to kick, who to kick, when to vanish, who to blind. It was essentially a voiceover giving him directions and instructions on how to play arena and what button to press. He didn't even have to look at the gladi, he just had to listen. What's the next step? Voice commands, where you tell the add-on to blind the priest instead of doing it yourself? I mean, that's not skill competition in my opinion. I hope that in Classic Plus arenas, Blizzard will lock players to a standardized arena interface. No custom add-ons, no gladi, no target-specific cast bars, just pure mechanical skill and decision making. That would make for a very competitive arena. You want a blind arena target one? You get a keybind. You want to see diminishing returns? It's built into default UI. Nobody gets to download third-party tools that give him an advantage. Even if it's a fair advantage, even if it's something that's not considered cheating, everybody's on the same level. This will level playing field instantly. A new player with good fundamentals can compete with a veteran. The skill ceiling becomes about game knowledge and reaction time, not about who has better optimized UI interface. What do you guys think? Agree, disagree? I'm genuinely curious. And if what I'm saying resonates, please hit that like button. The more likes, comments, and especially subscriptions this video gets, the more YouTube will push it. Help this video gets more views and more people talking. Also, if you can, please help me hit 3,000 subscribers goal. I am less than 150 away. If you can. And if not, that's alright too. I still thank you for being here as is. Now, here is what I want to see. Here is what I would love to see in Classic Plus PvP. I would love to see 1v1 arenas, and I would love to see a genuine solo queue. In Classic Plus, I want 1 versus 1 ranked matches. Yes, some classes will be stronger than others, that's okay. It will create a meta, but it also means that every player can independently climb the ladder without needing a pre-made team, dedicated friend, or relying on random pugs. Also, when you do solo queue for 2v2 or 3v3 or 5v5, you should have the option to select your preferred class or preferred spec matchups and your least preferred ones. That way you don't get paired with somebody who you play least well with. This will help matchmaking create balanced games instead of just leaving it to the chance. Now, what do you guys think about PvP and PvE gear separation? Do you think it should continue so players have to collect and manage 2 sets of gear, one for PvP and others for PvE? Now, I personally liked more where best-in-slot raid gear was also best-in-slot PvP gear and vice versa. I'm talking how it was in the vanilla WoW. See, as a rogue, it's already so hard getting into raids. Add full PvP gear to that and it's nearly impossible. So as a PvPer, while I would like to raid and experience raid mechanics, I simply opt out of raiding as I would need to grind a whole new set of gear from ground up to be even considered for the SSC or TK group right now. And at the same time, there are PvE players who would love to dab their toes in arenas but are simply lacking any PvP gear. There is right now no good path for them obtaining PvP gear, especially in Season 2, where the best you can get with Battleground honor are the blues, which are far inferior in min-max meta of competitive arenas. I feel like there is a huge opportunity there for developers to address that in Classic Plus. What do you guys think? Agree? No? Let me know in the comments, please. Lastly, I hate how everything bottlenecks to arena. While arenas are fun and most certainly should be part of Classic Plus, I hate how currently it's the only way to obtain best in slot PvP gear. I feel like there should be more ways, more path to the best in slot PvP items. Maybe keep existing Battlegrounds as is, as a solely honor farms, but add new PvP events to the game, like implement Plunderstorm as I mentioned earlier as its own separate path for the best in slot PvP gear. I mean, Plunderstorm was Blizzard's Battle Royale experiment. Players were fighting for resources in a shrinking zone, with winner making out with some top-tier loot. What if Classic Plus did the extraction-style PvP? Picture this. A zone opens up, team drops in, they loot valuable resources, maybe gear tokens, but here's the catch. You have to extract from the map with your loot. If you can't just kill everyone and win, you have to survive and escape. This creates a completely different dynamic other than arenas. It's not pure beat him until he's dead, it's the resource managing, positioning, team coordination, strategic thinking, and risk management. Do you fight the team with better gear or do you avoid them and secure your extraction? Do you camp extraction points or do you spread out and loot safely? Do you go for the big price or settle for a little bit of loot you got at extract? It's PvP with the actual stakes and actual decision making beyond who can DPS faster. I think this would be genuinely innovative and different from anything WoW has done before, and the minigame is already designed. Plunderstorm's already there and it's not being used in anything at this time. Add it to the game. So here's my question to you guys. Do you think Blizzard is going to push for something groundbreaking, or are they going to play it safe with, the arenas, battlegrounds, and maybe some world PvP events based on the Season of Discovery? What are your expectations for Classic Plus PvP? What features would you actually want to see? And honestly, do you think Classic Plus is coming in Q3 2026, or do you think the timeline slips? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single comment, and I'm genuinely curious of what the community thinks. If this video made you think, if you're as hyped about Classic Plus as I am, please hit that like button and subscribe. I am pushing towards 3,000 subscribers and every single one matters. And turn on notifications so you don't miss out on Classic Plus announcement coverage when it actually happens at BlizzCon. Now thanks for watching, my friends. You take care of yourselves out there, and good night.